Hello, my name is Dino, and welcome to the first series of the Hair Revolution. The reason why I call it the Hair Revolution is because of a new concept that's very advanced in reference to making your hair fuller or adding to your hair. And this is the first series. I am a hair expert. I've been doing hair since 1975, both doing hair and doing every method of adding hair. Meaning I've done every hair extension, I've done every hair weave, I've done every hair system. I used to make wigs and take them apart. So any and all methods through the whole industry I've worked with. And that's what led me up to this. Now this technique is called Invisablend. And there's two very important details about Invisablend that are very important and do not exist in the industry. Number one is Invisablend is called the healthy approach to fuller hair. And that's the key thing, is that we discovered a way to add hair while leaving the existing hair alone or maintaining the health of the existing hair or improving the health of the existing hair and even possibly growing the hair or stimulating the hair growth. So this is the first and only method in existence that adds hair in a healthy way. Now I want to explain why that's so important. It's because all of the other methods, and all methods in the industry, they're under different categories. I'll explain what I mean by a category. The hair weaving is a category. Hair weaving is done by strips of hair added on. And there's many different methods of hair weaving. Then secondly, there's hair extensions. And hair extensions are done by little pieces, okay? And then after that, there's hair systems. Hair systems are adding hair by replacing the hair, by putting hair on top of your existing hair. Now, all of these methods and any method in existence have one thing in common. They all either cause a portion of hair loss, or they cause you to remove existing hair to add the hair. And this is very important because all methods, and if you're familiar with any method or had any method, you probably already know this. If you get a hair weave, you're going to get hair and lose some hair. If you get a hair extension, you're going to get hair, you might love it, but you're going to lose some hair. It's the same thing with any hair system. Hair systems are more for people that have hair loss, and any hair you have left, they're going to remove that hair to replace it. And when or if they don't remove it, they put hair on top of the existing hair that you have, which causes it to lose more of it. All right, so all methods, again, have the same thing in common. They all give you more hair to cause you to lose more hair. Okay? Now this method is very different. It's opposite actually. It's called Invisablend, as I stated before, and Invisablend is the first and only hair enhancement. It's categorized under more of an enhancement. And what I mean by an enhancement is that it's made to enhance your existing hair, to keep the beauty of your hair and to respect all your hair you have. And just to add hair in between it like this. Just add hair in between it and enhance it. So the most important thing about it is it leaves your hair alone and allows your hair and scalp to breathe, allows your hair to grow freely. It's also the only method that you can add actually treatments to your hair and scalp while wearing the added hair. Now, I told you there were two main details about Invisablend. One is that it's healthy. The second detail that's very important, it's as close as possible to nothing there. Now think about this. When people add hair, or wear hair if you will, they add hair but they want it to feel natural. And the word natural really means I want to feel like there's nothing on my head. That's what they want to feel. They want to feel like it's nothing there but their own hair. Invisablend gets as close to nothing as possible. It is more, if I could say, more nothingless than any other method. So that's the two components that's very important that do not exist in the industry. Number one, it's healthy for your hair. It leaves your hair alone. It stimulates growth. It allows you to do treatments. And number two, it is as close as you can get to having nothing there but your own hair and scalp. Now, how do we achieve this? We achieve it through a very unique invention called the translucent blending strand. Big word, translucent blending strand. In essence, what that is, it's a filament or thread, if you will, that's literally as fine as a hair. So I want you to notice that what I'm about to show you, the threads are literally as fine as a hair and as soft as a hair and as flexible as a hair. And these threads are networked together, making a sort of web look, networked together, looking like these little diamonds. So here, I want to show it to you, if it's still here. It's here. Notice, it's very difficult to see. This is the translucent blending strand, and I don't know how much the camera can see it. I'm going to get up a little closer to show you. Look, now here's the unique thing about this. You can see it a little bit maybe past my hand. These translucent blending strands are very important. This is what goes in between your hair and down against your scalp. So my first question to you, if this is in between your hair and down against your scalp, is your scalp going to breathe? That's my first question. Is your scalp going to breathe? Secondly, or are you going to have access to your scalp? If this is down against your scalp, in between your hair, are you going to be able to get to your scalp? And the answer is obviously yes. You can definitely get down to your scalp, and your scalp's going to breathe, and your hair is definitely going to breathe. So this is the first important thing. And notice, you can see it a little bit. Watch this. When it touches the skin, notice the part that's past my hand, you can see it a little bit, but the part that's on my hand, you have a very difficult time seeing it. Another thing about this, it's very soft. I want you to notice, look, I can put this in between my fingers and just wrangle it up. It's a piece of nothing. And that's what's so remarkable about this, and that's why all of our clients love this, because when this is blended in between their hair and down against their scalp, it feels as if there's nothing there. And they have full access to their scalp breathes, and they can get down to their scalp. Again, it's the only treatment the only method, I should say, of adding hair that you can actually do treatments and stimulate the growth of your own hair at the same time. And let's look at it again. Look, it's a piece of nut. Look how fine this thing is. Look at it against my hand. All right? So now here's point number two that's very important about this. Point number two, we add one hair at a time onto this translucent blending strand. I want to express how important that is. One human hair at a time is the same identical way hair goes out of the scalp. All right? Now, don't be fooled by some things. There's other procedures that they say it's a strand by strand method. They use one hair at a time. They're not. Because one hair at a time is truly when you put one hair at a time spread apart. When single hairs are apart from each other, and that's the key, then it's truly a one hair at a time. If hairs are put together, I'll give you an example. This here, that's an extension that has a bond at the end, okay? And sometimes they call that single hairs, but they're not. Whenever the hairs are clumped together, it is not single hairs, and this is an extension. So true one hair at a time is when you put one hair at a time spread apart. And that's what we do on this. We have a microscopic tip instrument that you cannot see it with the naked eye. There's a miniaturized hook at the end of this instrument that can only grab one hair at a time, just one hair, okay? So we grab one hair and then we feed one hair at a time on this. One hair at a time spread apart. So that's step two. I'm going to show you a finished product because this is the translucent blending strand again without hair. Now I want to show you what it looks with hair. So let's put that back up. This is the actual finished product. Now take a look at this. I'm going to get close to the camera. Notice if I hold it against my hand, what do you see? You only see hair. Look if I spread it. You only see hair in my hand underneath. That's because this is the, I'm going to turn it. I want everybody to see this. Look, this is it inside out. You will feel like you have nothing on. Look at this, even against my face. Look, you could see, I could see right through this. You could see my face right through this. There's nothing as sheer, as invisible, as light as this. This is the translucent blending strand. And again, in essence, what it really is, it's really hair threads. I also call them hair threads. They're threads as fine as hairs, as soft as hairs, with one human hair at a time attached onto this. And the results, you have the lightest thing humanly possible. Look how you can just see right through this. This gets blended in between your hair and down against your scalp. And when this is blended, here's something really remarkable everyone should know, is that not only you will feel as if nothing is there, not only you'll be able to get into your scalp, but also this takes at least half or less the amount of hair to give you the fullness. Because I want everyone to know something. All other methods, when you're adding hair, they add them in rows, in clumps. They're never really one hair at a time spread apart, as I said before. When you put one hair at a time spread apart, because of this invention of the translucent blending strand, you can use much less hair and it creates a lot more fullness. So what does that mean? You don't need that much hair. So whatever you're thinking out there about how much hair you need, it's completely different with this Invisablend concept because you need a lot less hair. I do consultations all the time. I show them something super light. I feed in a little bit of hair just to do a little demonstration on them. And they notice such a small amount of hair gives them a lot more fullness. That's a very important detail to understand, okay? So that's step 2. And this here, when it's blended in, it's gonna just blend in. And here's something very important, color. It'll blend in no matter what color. You will never have a color problem with this. We can pick an identical color, or because we have coloring with over 90 colors, all human hair colors, and you pick any color you want, you can match your color exact, but if you don't match it, because it's one hair at a time spread apart, it'll always blend in. So you'll never have a color problem. So you can do more with this than you can with anything. And please remember that it's the health of your hair that's important. If you want more hair, you don't want to sacrifice losing some of your hair to get more hair. That's the biggest point about this, all right? You want to leave your hair alone. You want to enhance the beauty of your hair just by putting hair in between. And that's the key word. That's what this does. It adds hair in between your existing hair. And by doing that, it enhances it. It's just so much of a simpler step to take because you're not going to feel like you're doing anything dramatic, and it's going to make a nice difference on you. Now, something else about this I want you to know. These are customized according to each individual person. So the density can be altered. This here as an example is called a 25% density. There is a 50% density. There's a 75% density. There's a 100% density. So we can put different percentages of volume in between your hair to customize it to anybody's situation whatsoever, okay? So on the next video, we're going to end here for now. On the next video, we're going to talk about the attachment, which is very unique. And just to tell you something about it, the attachment is the only attachment that nothing is used but a translucent blending strand. And it's the finest and healthiest and safest attachment to go along with the finest and healthiest way to add hair. So I'll be seeing you on the next video. Please look out for the next video, which is the second video of the series. Thank you for watching.